He was helpless, being held by bodyguards, or else he might have killed everyone by now. He has mixed emotions, anger, guilt for not being able to protect you, and most importantly, fear of losing you. Daniel let out an evil laugh and came near him. You betrayed your own father and is protecting the daughter of his enemy? Do you know how disappointed he is? You'll be the first one I'm going to kill. Then I think I should make you more angry. Why delay to end this girl, right? He straightened up and walked towards you while Jungkook was trying hard to free himself. But there were four men who was holding him tightly. You were looking at Jungkook while tears were dropping from your eyes. Your hands were cuffed behind you. Don't you dare to do anything to her if you really want to stay alive. Daniel walked towards you angrily and grabbed your hair harshly, pulling them back. You really made him weak, huh? It's more fun to torture him this way. How cool it would be to end you right in front of him. He will break completely. That's what I want. Daniel looked at you and smiled. It's time to say goodbye to your lover. I'm a little sad to do this, but I have no choice. Any last words that you want me to deliver to your lover? He said, smirking. You'll regret it later. You don't know my dad yet. His jaws clenched up. He digs the tip of the gun into your skin. I would love to see who has those guts to make me regret, but sadly, you won't be there to see that, and neither is your dad. He's nothing, nothing at all. You chuckled mockingly, raising his temper. Let's see how long you'll pretend to be in power, because you are nothing. Nothing but a servant of Jungkook's dad. You have no power of your own. They kept Jungkook at a distance from you so that you both can't talk, and he came here searching for you, but everything flipped. Daniel wanted to show him your death in front of his eyes so that he would never dare to go against his father's order ever. This is his father's order to kill you in front of Jungkook. They covered your face with a black cloth and suddenly there was a blast and everything went black out. You slowly opened your eyes and to your surprise you were in your room. It was your room when you used to live with your dad and he kept it as it is as you left. You got up and decided to check outside because you were so worried about Jungkook. You didn't see him, that made you scared. Everything was a made-up plan. I never backstabbed your dad. In fact, I have no grudges against him, but because my gang was building up well, there were so many mafias who joined hands with me to work as a team. Your father was not happy with that because he was losing his popularity. He started committing hideous crimes out of rage, just to show his power, and one such crime took away my wife's life. Jungkook was listening to him, but this made him feel extremely bad. He never knew you also lost your mother and the cause was his father. My dad did that? Are you sure? Mr. Kim looked at him. It was a planned accident in which I not only lost my wife but also my son. I only left alone with my 2-year-old daughter, who never got her mother's love in her life. That's why I took my revenge. He deserved that, but I really don't know anything about your mother's death. Jungkook looked down, feeling extremely angry on his father to made up things like this just because he wanted his revenge. If Jungkook doesn't come here and talk to your father, he would never get to know the real face of his father. Jungkook, you came in the living room and breathed in relief to see him all fine. You ran to him and hugged him as he also wrapped his arms around you and patted your back. I'm so happy that you're alright. I thought everything ended. I was so scared that Daniel wants to kill you too. He broke the hug and smiled slightly, looking at you. Do you really think anybody can harm me? You closed your eyes and opened them again. But how did we get saved and ended up here? And that Daniel? Jungkook looked at your father and you followed his gaze only to see your father looking at you with painful eyes. You swallowed and looked down, feeling bad for leaving him. Your dad saved us. He came there to save you and Daniel, he's dead. You looked at him. Really? He nodded. You know your father has planned all this, and I guess you were supposed to do that what Daniel was about to do. He looked at you apologetically. I'm sorry, I was only aware of the one side of the story. You gave him a confused look. What story? It's not that important for you to know, princess. What's the use of being a dad when I wasn't able to protect my daughter? You could see how guilty he was feeling when he was not at all at the fault. We wouldn't be here if you haven't saved us. What else do you want to prove your love and care? He looked at you surprised yet emotional because he wasn't expecting such heartwarming words from you. He still thinks that you hate him for being a mafia, but that was never the case. You just wanted to live a free and independent life. That's why you left him and his house. You went to him and hugged him. I'm sorry for my behavior. I never mean to hate you. I just don't want to live a life like this, and that's why I left. You're still the best dad no matter what. There were tears of happiness in his eyes as he was so happy to have his daughter back. Jungkook was also emotional to see the bonding of father and daughter, but right now there were so many questions inside his head and only his father can answer them. Why, till I come back to you, stay here with your father. But where are you going? You asked, getting worried. Just to make sure that what happened today would never happen again. I'll be back to you. He smiled at you and left. You looked at your father. Appa, you won't let him go alone, right? Your father carries your hair. Don't worry, he's strong enough. And he's only going to his father. Let him clear the things. He looked in the direction from where Jungkook walked away. You seriously love him? His sudden question grabbed your attention. You slowly gave a nod. Yes, a lot. Mr. Kim just smiled softly. Jungkook directly entered inside his father's office without even knocking, and no one dared to stop him. Though the personal bodyguards of his father tried to stop him, but then Mr. John ordered them to let him in. Mr. John was sitting on his chair, and when his eyes met the burning gaze of his son, he scoffed slightly. I lost one more person who was loyal to me, and my own son turned out to be a betrayer who joined hands with my enemy. What enemy you are talking about? He wasn't your enemy but your competitor. Just because he was doing better than you, you decided to cross every limit of humanity. I never knew you only have told me the one and wrong side of the story. Why did you never tell me that you killed his wife and son? Mr. John got up and slowly started coming near him. And how are you so sure that it's true? You're believing your enemy more than your own father? I only believe in truth, and I know you just lied to me about everything. You purposely filled that hate inside me so that I can become emotionless just like you. You never grieved for mom's death. It was fake. You played with the feeling of your own child just to make him a complete monster as he grew up. But you forget the power of love. Mr. John scoffed and looked away, rubbing his chin. You're only doing all this because of that girl, right? She's not any random girl. She's the woman I'm in love with, and that's why I came here. This was the first time I let it go when you tried to hurt her, but in future, I will give my answer back, so you better not to repeat that again. You're challenging your own father. No, I'm just warning you that there is still time. Be happy with what you have and stop hurting people for no reason. Have some humanity and respect, because if you still choose to be the same, don't forget that I'm also not less than a monster, and I would do anything to save the girl I love the most. He walked away from there while Mr. John sat on his seat. He gave a second chance to his father just like he did with yours. And after hearing what happened with your family in the past, his love and care for you has increased more. He decided to protect you at all cost. I know I'm not that good in these stuff because I hadn't experienced this beautiful feelings with anyone else until I met you. So it might be too simple, but I believe that what matters is the heart and how much you love. And believe me, I love you more than anything else. Your tears were filled in your eyes as you were just looking at him confessing his love. He was trying his best to make it special, but he forget that you have already given him your heart. You fell in love with the same guy so many times that you don't care about fancy proposals and all. You like his simplicity. He was sitting on one of his knees extending a box of rings. I can't say if I'm the best person in your life, but I'll love you to the fullest until the end. I will stay with you and protect you forever, so if you give me that chance, I won't disappoint you. Ryan, will you marry me? Will you make me yours? Let's create our own world. Tears of happiness left from your eyes. You nodded and hugged him. He wrapped his arms around you and smiled.